Does this image look familiar to you? I mean, of course it does. It's one of Minecraft's many in-game paintings. For an item crafted with 8 sticks and a block of wool, you wouldn't think there would be such an extraordinary story to tell. But there is. Now, does this image look familiar to you? Probably. It's the old default texture pack and server icon from years past, which you may know as pack.png. You may also know that this image is of a real Minecraft world, and that the seed for this world was recently discovered, and the story behind its discovery has already been pretty well documented. So, what does pack.png and the Skull on Fire painting have in common? Well, take a look. Don't see it yet? Okay, let's replace the Minecraft painting with a picture of its real-life counterpart. Do you see it now? Yeah, that's a Minecraft world behind the skull. And it's real, and less than 1 week after the discovery of pack.png seed, and after only 20 days of work, the seed for the Skull on Fire world has also been discovered. So let's go ahead and let's launch right into it. Curiosity is perhaps our most powerful and defining characteristic. Do we need to find the world seeds to seemingly inconsequential images? No. Do we need Minecraft to live? No. But we still play it in our own way. We all have our own story, and today's story is about the discovery of the Skull on Fire world seed and the people who made it possible. Before we get into how they made this discovery, let's get into why. Starting in 2015, the race to beat Minecraft as fast as possible really began to take off, and at the time, the most popular category of speedrun was any percent, beat the game as fast as possible, set seed, glitchless. In order to fully optimize this speedrun, it was important that the most optimal Minecraft seed be found, for a variety of reasons. That's really where Minecraft seed finding and seed cracking began, with speedrunning. From there, the effort evolved into more ambitious projects, like finding the world seed for PewDiePie's Let's Play world, as well as the world seed for the X's Adventures in Minecraft Let's Play, which I covered in a prior video linked above. From there, pack.png was found by, just watch Salsy1's video on the matter. It's a really good one. In a nutshell, pack.png was found by locating the probable coordinates that the player was standing on based on the cloud's positions, dirt variations, and the crop of the image. Once the most likely set of coordinates was found, all seeds that could not generate the blocks with confirmed positions were filtered out, leaving about 700,000 seeds to be brute forced until a seed with all matching blocks was found. It might sound easy in retrospect, but this effort took over 8 months to complete and required the invention of many different seed cracking techniques. Naturally, after completing such a monumental project, the community behind this effort, mostly comprised of Minecraft at Home members, wanted something more. The two obvious choices to look for were the world seed for the original Herobrine creepypasta, which is in the works, and the world seed for painting? Okay, how did they find the world seed for a painting? For just a moment, I want you to put yourselves in the shoes of those trying to crack this painting's world seed. Within the painting, we've got clouds, we've got blocks, sort of, but it's clearly not enough. And this painting was made over 9 years ago. There's no way that Christopher Zetterstrand, the artist of this painting, would have the original screenshot of the world that the painting is based off. Oh, wait, he does have the screenshot? Yeah. Rather than try to mentally murder themselves by guessing which blocks were which, Tom Latsko, one of the members of this project, just emailed Christopher asking if he had the screenshot. And what he replied with was a JPEG image of a Minecraft world. While not a perfect PNG quality image, this was more than enough to work with, so they were off to the races. This image told the team a few things. 1. The orientation of the moon showed that the moon was rising, which in Minecraft Alpha 1.1 was north, so the player is facing north. 2. The crop of the image was easy to find due to the player's arm being on screen, and the knowledge that Christopher that his monitor was of a 1920 by 1200 resolution. And 3. The clouds in Minecraft are one giant image file that just sweep across the sky along the x-axis, meaning if you can find out which part of the cloud map is above you, which they could by lining up the view with the clouds in game, you can find out the player's z-coordinate and y-coordinate as well. Beyond that is some real CSI craziness. These guys then figured out which program was used to compress the original BMP image into a JPEG image, so they could largely reverse the compression process and use machine learning to de-JPEG the image. Then, after figuring out the player's exact facing direction, coupled with blocks that were easy to identify and line up, a recreation of the map was conducted with a live overlay of the world that they were reconstructing to absolutely ensure that everything was in the right place. Because if the team used the coordinates of those flowers as part of the seed cracking effort, but they got all of the coordinates of those flowers wrong, you could probably see why that would be a bad thing. So, while the team now had an accurate recreation of much of the painting, it was still believed that the player's exact x-coordinate was required in order to crack the world seed, so they tried to find it. The theory was this: if Minecraft's clouds always start from the exact same position when loading up a world, and if the sun, or the moon in the sky can reveal what time of day it was, it should be all of the information required to find the x-coordinate of this image. Unfortunately, however, Minecraft clouds operate in sort of a weird way. While the clouds do always start from the same position, they only do so every time you load up Minecraft itself. Meaning, if you fire up a world and the clouds move 200 units before you then close the world, the next world you load without restarting the game will have the clouds be offset by 200 units. Meaning, if Christopher had loaded another world prior to this one, which they only realized was probably the case after the fact, then this method would not work. And although they tried that approach, because of the reasons I just mentioned, it failed. So they had to come up with something else. And they did. This image has something that pack.png did not have: a detailed flower bed. While yes, the pack.png image did have 3 visible flowers, this world has 18, and all flower beds generate based on the world seed. Before this image was de-JPEG'd, this is what the flower bed looked like. You might be able to get the coordinates of each individual flower, but the lack of detail definitely made the whole thing questionable. However, this is what the flower bed looked like after the decompression. This was enough to identify, with a high degree of confidence, the relative coordinates of each individual flower in the pile where their Z and Y coordinates were known. At this point, the team was ready to compile all of these findings into code that would allow for the general public to use their computing power in order to crack this world seed, much like what happened with pack.png. But then, as they were putting those efforts into motion, seemingly out of nowhere, a user by the name of Andrew555 revealed that he had discovered the seed with a simple, albeit legendary Discord post simply stating, "Painting, but there's snow everywhere?" Wait, what?
How did this happen?
What did Andrew think of that the rest of the team did not? So here's what happened. While Andrew did use the team's map recreation and other results from before, he applied optimizations which he thought of independently that had not yet been implemented by the team. 1. That the flower patch's most likely center point was at a Y level of 68, which sped up the seed cracking code by 128 times. And then, he only tested flowers that he absolutely 100% knew the Z coordinate of. And 3, his code would abandon a test if a flower that is at a coordinate that he was 100% sure should not contain a flower contained a flower, which is a further 7 times improvement in speed. All of Andrew's optimizations sped up the search by around 1,000 times, allowing for him to crack this world seed with only a single 1660 Ti graphics card in about 2.5 hours, resulting in one single valid flower seed being found, which in turn revealed the seed of the world. So there it is. The seed for Minecraft's Skull on Fire painting has been discovered. If you want to load it up for yourself, I'll have information in the description down below, along with many other relevant links as well. If you want to know in detail who the team is that I've been referencing throughout this video, I'll have all of that information available as well. With that in mind, I think it's important to name each and every person who played a role with this project. If you're interested in participating and or following along with projects like this one as they unfold, I encourage you to join the Minecraft at Home Discord. As far as this project is concerned, there's Andrew555, who made the final discovery, Tom Latsko, who contacted Christopher and organized the project and made the interactive overlay, and so much more. Polymetric, who helped find the image's original crop position and original in-game resolution, and helped with much of the research. Pseudogravity, who analyzed and wrote much of the initial code to find valid flower seeds. Cortex, who helped with the initial flower seed code. Joey, who trained the AI that DJPEG'd the original screenshot that Christopher sent. Mr. Spike, who worked with Boy Sanic in writing code that would allow for this project to be run on Boink, the program that would allow the public to crack the world seed. Philip, who hosted the Minecraft server that housed the map's recreation and the bot that live updated the overlay. K, who worked on replicating the original JPEG algorithm. Z3, who also helped with the world recreation and overlay. And then there's Poke535, Frederick, Hypers, Elias Smile, Chairpop, Neil, and ESS83, who all assisted with the project in their own distinctive ways. While, yes, this specific project only took 20 days from conceptualization to realization, that's only because of the months of hard work and dedication poured into other seed finding and seed cracking projects that came before this one. These guys are truly experts, and each of them deserves to be recognized, named, and credited for their contributions. All I'm doing is telling their story. If there's anybody or anything that I left out of this video, I'll be sure to have information to everything in the description down below. For now, that's their story, and that's the end of this video. Let me know what you think about projects like this one in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like on it, because it would really help out myself, the channel, and the video quite a lot. So I hope you all enjoyed. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.